station out there to everybody in TV land. Welcome to Supreme Clientele, episode 21, Link. The
Wow,
Thanksgiving episode. Yeah. Our first Thanksgiving episode, we'll call it.
many more.
Yeah, man. How's your week been thus far? I know we're in the middle of it, but how's your week been thus far?
It's been good. The day before a holiday is always a good day. I just am looking forward to all the food I'm gonna smash tomorrow. But other than that, man, I can't complain. It's been a smooth week. What about
I,
you?
the same, dude. We just got the tree up before I hopped on here, and it looks fantastic. We kind of picked blind. So we're kind of out in the boonies, and we can go to in the country really, but we can go to the tree farm. But we just decided to pick it up from Food Line because it's easy and it's right there. So because Food Line, our grocery store has them like right out front, so we just grabbed one from the grocery store. It was already
That's
like netted.
dope.
It was already netted up, so we kind of took a chance on it. But we let Henry pick it out. Henry picked it out. We brought it home. We unfurled it,
That's
dude.
awesome.
The thing's looking good, man. Yeah, we got it. I gotta get pictures. I'll get pictures up soon enough. But yeah, man, got the tree up
So do
here
you guys
before we got on.
you guys go real Christmas tree every year? Do you sometimes you do fake or
We did fake one year, but like we usually do real Christmas tree every year. Because man,
respect?
nothing beats that
Respect.
smell, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing beats the smell and the ambiance and like the energy a real tree brings.
It, yes,
I feel
yeah.
like
It evokes Christmas, bro, the Christmas spirit, and I'm all for
absolutely,
that.
yeah.
I've gotten older. I've started to appreciate more holidays than others. As a kid, I appreciate Halloween more than I did as a kid. I always thought Halloween was cool, but when I saw adults saying Halloween was a favorite, I was like, grow up, Peter Pan. But now as an adult, I can understand it. But Christmas has always been my favorite, bro. It's like around this time after like leading up to Thanksgiving, shortly after Thanksgiving, leading up to Christmas, the best time of the year.
It is, dude, and it goes by so fast. It's a great time. It's got its highs and its lows. Like some parts are
Very
OD about it, but you know what I mean. Like the good parts are good for a reason, and it's the king of the holidays. Hate it or love it for that reason. But yeah, man. So what you got? What dish you looking forward to the most tomorrow? Who's cooking? Are you eating? By the way, let's get to that first. Who
Ooh,
is it? Mom? Is it
um,
grandma? Like who's on deck?
it's
Is it
it's a bit.
yourself? Like who's cooking?
I sadly to say, I probably need to do more cooking. I'm a believer that everything tastes better when it's made by somebody else. You can make it with the same ingredients, but the fact that someone else made it, I feel it automatically tastes better. I don't know. I'm weird like that.
Oh yeah.
What
So
up,
what
fellas?
dish? What
But
what
it's a
dish you looking
mixture.
for?
Mostly my mom, my
Okay.
grandma.
Oh hell yeah! You got
What
mom and
about you? Do you
grandma.
cook? Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
They still
I
cook.
cook for a living more or less. So I don't I help out, but Jess really likes to like take over and go hard and cook. So I
Oh,
like kind
okay.
of let her doing her thing and assist. But I do some cooking. But yeah, man, we got the desserts alone, dude. We got an ice cream pie from like this local ice cream shop. We got the pumpkin pie. What's your favorite dessert?
Ooh.
What-
I was gonna say earlier. I'm more of a dessert guy, bro. Um, Damn it. I don't know, because sometimes it's like some certain years I'm like, ooh, this looks good this year. But I'm an old faithful, bro. I love peach cobbler. Like, give me a good peach cobbler, and I'm
Fuck yeah,
satisfied, bro.
dude.
Like,
Peach cobbler and vanilla ice cream is undefeated. Absolutely, and
yes,
it's hard to fuck that up. Like if you're cooking that's one dessert that's like I feel like fairly easy to make.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think pumpkin pie, the tried and true, is my number one
Yes,
probably. I
I
gotta
feel
have that
that.
on
Yes,
Thanksgiving. Um,
I won't lie. I almost said pumpkin pie, but I was like, I don't want to be basic or default, But pumpkin pie is a solid staple. Christmas and Thanksgiving, shit. I'll have it both. It's never a wrong time to have pumpkin pie, bro.
yeah, absolutely. But everybody in the chat's chiming in. Ice cream pie, yeah,
Ice cream
dude.
pie.
It's like a cookies and cream. I don't know. It looks like
Ooh.
one of those leaning ice cream pies. Sweet potato pie the goat, says E. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
You know,
dude,
both of them,
that's
pumpkin and
that's
sweet
hard to
potato.
beat as well. Yeah, you gotta. like they're close. They're so close, but yet they're so different. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hey,
Oh, jeez.
fucking delicious.
I expect mine in the mail, Sal. Freeze dry it or something.
This is starting parade of football and eating like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, same, brother Joe. That sounds good to
That's
me.
how you do it, brother.
I always try to watch a bit of the parade, like even though that's corny and shit like that. I don't know. There's something about the throwback
It's
one.
fun, bro.
Yeah,
No, I love that, bro.
the throwback
All that
feeling of
cliche.
like, yeah. I don't know. It fills that void for me. Even though
Yeah,
like some
yes.
parts are like some of those floats, you're like, what the hell is going on?
They've definitely lost some originality over the years, bro. You think they'd get more elaborate or better, but nah, not the case.
Yeah. But I saw some of the floats, man. It looks like they got a pretty good lineup this year, man. So excited to see what the parade's got. Who's playing tomorrow? I don't even know any of the games. Y'all shout out some of the games. God, I hope I don't have to fucking watch the Bears. Jesus Christ. By the way,
yo, you know what?
Congrats on your win, fucker. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you got.
I woke up, bro. I had to throw so much voodoo on and shit. I was praying to all the gods. Bro, that was you know what?
We were doing. My buddy left work. I was at work. He left work and texted me. He's like, "Dude, field's looking legit, and the defense is playing like lights out." Intercepted golf like 3 times or something. I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then I had a chance at work and checked it, and we caught the L train yet again.
So, bro, that's a good example of sometimes games can happen in the blink of an eye, like just an upset. Like I thought we were definitely done, bro, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, bro, this will be so demoralizing to lose. Like the Lions have been on a good streak, bro. To lose that, no disrespect, but to lose to the Bears at this point, they would have never recovered from that. I feel like, dog. And
I don't know, but you're still in good shape when it comes to the North. I feel like, and it's not necessarily like the end all be all, but I understand what you're saying. It's definitely like it's momentum going the wrong way after you started so strong. Yeah.
And they got an 8-2 record right now, which they haven't had since like 1962. I just read. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro! I didn't know we were like just skating by all the time. Shit.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah,
you guys have completely transformed and taken advantage of a division. I think that was definitely there was a vacuum, right? With Rodgers gone, it was really anybody's division with us Vikings. Yeah. So, yeah, shout out to y'all, bro. Or the Packers. I don't know. Love, I don't know if he's going to be the guy they want him to be ultimately up there in Green Bay, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Let's see that.
Bobby G in the house. What up, Bobby G? And my man Fable. Fable, what up? Thank y'all for joining us. Yeah, y'all shout out your favorite Thanksgiving dishes / desserts in the comments.
And I would also like to hear
let's get those metabolisms working towards tomorrow.
No, I was gonna say in the comments as well, I'd like to see some comics that everyone's thankful for. Yeah, it doesn't have to be keys. It does not have to be keys.
No, anything like we were talking about backstage. This is when you try to put something under the umbrella of comic you're thankful for it. It's that's a very large tent. So don't be for whatever reason. I was like, I know you went big with some big key issues, but I'm excited to hear that. But you also got some other ones you want to show off, and I totally get that. So, yeah, man. I don't know. Do you want to start off first? I'll throw first.
Let's get this going. Which one you got first for me? Well, okay. All right. Cool.
I just got this text somewhere. I pulled it up for this.
Yes, guys. If you've seen me before, you know I love Wolverine. I champion 180 all day. His first appearance. I know it's gotten misconstrued, the information over the years, but I'm thankful for this comic, bro. I've had this. This is what I was telling this dude backstage. Like some of these comics I've had long before I cared about keeping them in pristine condition. Like I got this when I was like 13. Or no, I got this 18 graduate. There's another key here I got when I was 13. I'll bring that up. But I got this when I was 18 as a graduation gift from one of my my mom had a friend and who's about 10 years young, 15 years younger than her, but her friend had a husband and he's into comics. and he's always, he's like us, like he loves to see new readers. Like, oh hell yeah, you like comics? I'm gonna get you invested. Like, gave me a bunch of like old school Avengers issues and stuff like that. But I remember on my graduation, he was like, yo, any comic you want, because the he's like us. He's been collecting. He's like a Bobby. He's been collecting since shit was hot, has everything under the sun. And he's like, anything you want, you can have. I was like, first appearance of Wolverine. Oh, frick, easy. He was like, are you sure? Because my man, he's got like Golden Age shit, like the first appearance of Shazam, stuff like that. Numerous copies. And I was like, yeah, bro, Wolverine. He's like, yeah, I was hoping you would say someone a little bit better. I kind of felt disrespected by that, but he was like, I understand. And so he showed up to my graduation party with this, and I was like, I thought it was, this is the day I learned that 181 was not the first appearance of Wolverine. He was like, no, 181 is the first cover appearance of Wolverine, but he's like, at 180 is actually the first issue. Yeah, and so I'm like looking through it, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, because I hadn't read it before. I was like, where the fuck is Wolverine? But long story, he was on the last page of the
ads is like, the ads in this joint is crazy. Like,
bro, so crazy. They were trying to get you to buy everything, dog. You want to know the ads I missed from do you remember the ads where it shows,
when I was first checking out Unlimited, I kept thinking the issue was over, but then I was like, nah, because I know who's at the end of it. But it's like, there's just so many gaps where it's like 3 pages of ads. But yeah, how people argue this is not his first appearance is bizarre to me. Like, he's called by name, like in the last. Like, how is that? How is that even an argument though?
Yeah.
Like, there's cameos and shit like that where like something like, I don't know, a cameo to me is a whole different thing. That is got to like, that was the first appearance of that's just trying.
It's funny because like Damien's
like, there's nothing wrong with that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're.
I just had to mini rant about that. Damien always befuddled me. Like, always.
And people pick and choose, man, because it's like Damian Wayne's case in point, first appearance. Like, even though I have all Damian's appearances, so I don't care. But his first appearance that people push is 655. Even though in that issue, you don't see shit of Damian. I think it's like you see his hand or you see his eyes in the shadows. I don't even think he's called by name, if I'm not mistaken. But, it's like that's the first appearance of Damian that everyone really goes for. But then you got something like Wolverine, where he's clearly in the comic of 180, but people still like to debate that, that's a cameo first appearance. That's a first appearance of cameo. I think that term is stupid. I was going to say another word, but I'm still working on bringing that word back. But no, yeah, Wolverine has been, I love Wolverine ever since I was a little boy, bro. Like I know he's been oversaturated, but as a kid, like there's something undeniably cool about Wolverine. For me, it was always the fact that he's a dude who could easily be a bad guy, but he's a good guy. And I love the fact that bad guys always kind of had this fear, like, oh shit, not the Wolverine, bro. We don't want the Wolverine on us, So yeah, Wolverine's always been a favorite of mine. So just to have his first appearance as a commemoration of me entering into adulthood, it's always holds a place in my heart.
That stuff is like a rite of passage comic. You know what I mean? That's like, yeah, to have that, because it is like that's a huge book, dude. Oh yeah. All right, well, I'm going to piggyback off what you're going with Wolverine and go to the day the Earth stood still for me. Really, this was. I mean, you talk about, man, I don't know. This might be like my number one. Like, I don't know that any book has affected me before or since that. Like, really. And of course, I'm tacking on all that nostalgia and, childhood memories that amp things up and portray it in a light that maybe isn't entirely objectively true. But at the same time, like, the way this comic book moved me, dude, and just like going back through it today and just like the subtle differences, but like also just like the two different like stories that X-Men 25 and Wolverine 75 tell. Those were the two books for me, really. I got the rest of this series like way after that. These two books were.
This
like,
was
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. No, I was gonna say this was my first trade paperback, bro. Graphic novel. Like, I had single X-Men issues, but it was like the day. But you being excited about this reminds me of my love for Fatal Attractions. But it was the day that I think first grade or second grade was ending, and I was waiting for my mom to pick me up, and I see like this book sitting in a corner outside by these steps, and I go look at it, and it's Fatal Attractions trade paperback, bro. And long story short, I didn't grab it initially, but I hung out around it, and no one came for it. So when my mom came to pick me up, I took it home with me. But that blew my mind, bro. Like, cause Wolverine get his adamantium pulled out, and like that messed me up, bro. Like, I thought he was done for. And then the whole man is Wolverine 75 the one where he's talking to Jubilee afterwards, and he's like popping his claws
so
with the bandage.
basically, X-Men, like going back through it, that's what I didn't like. X-Men 25 is him losing the fight, him losing his adamantium, Professor X in that weird bodysuit, mind wiping Magneto. Yeah, and that's the end. Well, there's also them getting off of Avalon and starting to head back to Earth. Avalon's like, and Colossus is there with Magneto. He's the one who basically takes care of Magneto after he gets mind wiped. But then, yeah, Wolverine 75 is him, his recovery, his slow recovery. And then the end of the issue is we'll get to it. And it's also, dude, really impressive seeing not only both of these Andy and like Andy versus Adam, really, and like stylistically how they're different. I give the edge to Adam in Wolverine 75. I just think the way he did. This is X-Men 25, so this is like it's fully charged from like there's basically no going back at this point. He's got, he's got all the acolytes. He's got everybody ready to roll. I like how they did this breakdown page on the right, like with everybody back to back, and like how the profile, and they broke down. Well, it made Cyclops look decent as a team leader. He had the battle plan, he had the game plan, and it was fair enough, dude. Like they really did fuck Magneto up all different sorts of ways. Like if you remember, like Gambit caught him they caught him off guard or something, and Gambit caught him in the face with one of the playing cards, which was rare.
Yes, and it blew up in his
Yeah, they ended up like punching him, knocking the helmet off. Like it was like in Thanos and what's it called?
Very tactful. Infinity War.
It was like that type of planned attack. Like they went at him. They didn't. They went at him not messing around. Like they had a good plan, but I don't know. Yeah, it all went to hell. Professor X
real quick,
was tripping per usual. Go ahead.
What issue was Illyana's funeral where Colossus joins Magneto, and he he joins Magneto, and Magneto like sends Colossus like into space to because he's like metal, and he just tosses his ass into space.
I don't remember what issue. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what issue.
Damn it! You're making me want to read this. God damn it!
Good. Yeah, it was a joy rereading these two issues today, dude. I gotta say, it was like this still holds up to me, honestly.
Yeah,
it's still
absolutely.
It's still not that badly written, and the art is gorgeous in both.
There we go.
It starts like I love the way they describe it, like here, like with the panel with the narration over top of it is great. An almost gentle pull, a harder yank, then a wrenching tear, and like that. It looks like I don't know, that image is like forever seared in my brain.
Ingrained, bro. Yes.
And just like the highest level of pain, dude. Just thinking about that, like how that's even possible, and how it without the healing factor, this dude is so toast. Even with it, it's a wonder he survived it, of course. But yeah, like a forever image, man. A forever image.
Now, well done. Okay. I haven't read this in a minute, but why didn't Jean or Professor X stop Magneto when he had his helmet off from doing this to Wolverine?
Very good question, my friend. Like, I don't. And Professor X is like really all over the whole thing is. I don't know if you remember, but he goes inside Magneto's mind and tries to like turn and manipulate all his old memories against him and shit like that. And Magneto's like, "Wow, this is low even for you, Charles." Like, Charles, I didn't even think you go this low, bro. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, but yeah, Charles is, you know, and then of course he goes like super crazy after this happens and mind wipes him. But dude, look at the art difference in Wolverine 75 just from the jump.
I love that fucking panel, bro.
Much crazier. Yeah, this is like the intro splash, man. Like it's so, and like it's very 90s. Like his panels, his layouts. It's super.
We need some of that 90s back, though, bro. Like this is.
I agree, dude.
I love it.
I'm completely with you. But yeah, man, this is like this was the one for me. I love the Quicksilver. Quicksilver's. I love that depiction of him type. And then he almost imitates like Bill Sienkiewicz over here on the right. You know,
with the Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if that could be a page by another artist, but that's just crazy. And then this is the end here, where like Wolverine hops in the danger room, and I love this like look of fear, and like all his teammates here see this look of fear on his eyes as he dodges the way out of these. I think it's like Shi'ar technology type rope, you know, hunter
hard light or whatever. Some shit.
Yeah, and then he pulls out the claws, and then dude, such a great freaking image, man. Like the claws are broken, bleeding, extreme pain, and then they hear him at the end of the issue. I love that shot with the butterfly on top of it. Oh shit. Yeah. You know, just great, dude. This was all towards the end of the issue. I just, I don't know. It's just it's just such a crazy, for a guy who's been untouchable your entire childhood, has been the man. Like he was the guy moving units,
bro. Yeah,
you know, he was the leader of the pack, like, and still is in many ways. Like he's, but
send him on it.
It's just crazy that just to see this the way he ended up in 2 issues. I mean, just shocked as a kid, dude. I remember those bone claws, dude, and just being like, man, he can't do shit now. Just feeling like
just break him off.
Yeah, just utterly like helpless. Like, what is he really gonna do? Man, so crazy.
Great issue.
And I love this. The end is just so beautiful, dude. He leaves this letter and a cowboy hat for Jubilee as she's sleeping. Of course, she comes to the window as he's like getting on the bike and taking off, and dude, that's it, dude. And like the homeboy doesn't get his adamantium back for like 5 years or something like that. I forget the length of time, but it's an enormous length of time. Magneto also doesn't show up in the X comics for quite a while. Like it was a big swing.
It was a big moment
for him, and I know that you know, at this point they were taking on water. They're, you know, I don't know what would have saved it, but at the same time, this one was just, man, such a crazy. I wanted to highlight something Bobby said back here on the comments real quick. Hold on. Thankful for you guys in the comic community. I'm glad I got to meet you on the sacred timeline. Bobby, shout out to you, bro. Amen. Completely agree with that, bro.
All right, my bad.
For all you guys. I just wanted to highlight this Bobby comment. I don't know if you saw it.
The sacred timeline.
Yeah, man.
Love you, Bobby.
Well-loved comic that made a new reader is always better than Yes. Amen, bro. Man, and that's a comic you pick up and be like, what is going on?
Bro, those covers were fucking wild. They had the cards, the foil cards on the cover and shit.
Melon and Megan in the house, Station Melon.
What up, ladies?
I dug Andy K more than Adam K back in the day. Yeah, same. They had their moments. Like, Andy had such great X-Men moments, but then Adam's like kick-ass like Wolverine art was also hard to mess with. I was hurt by Colossus sliding with net. Yes, man. That was another big event that happened before There was a great cover that happened, like I think an issue or two after that, X-Men, where he's like holding Magneto and his arms, like, and he's on his knees and he's like crying. It looks like he's crying out for help. It's like the fall of Avalon, like, I don't know. That was crazy, man, that he went that way.
Yeah, Fatal Attractions was big, bro. We gotta recognize that. Like, that was a big turning point for Colossus because he had always been like one of the biggest soldiers for Charles up until that point.
Absolutely.
And just to see him switch sides, like Cell said, it hurt, bro. Like, what? Colossus? I mean, he understandably, his sister just died, so his headspace was not in the right spot, but
they did a good job, like, keeping Magneto good at being a master manipulator. I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, he was always, they were always doing a good job pulling, like, I don't know, unexpected people to his cause. I like how Rogue was kind of hypnotized by him at one point in time, and I don't know, man. Yeah,
I actually enjoyed the relationship in Age of Apocalypse. I thought that was an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about. So, like, and didn't they play on that in the regular, like, before it even got there in the Age of, like, before, like,
they like established there was like an attraction to them. They've always kind of hinted that there's something between Rogue and Magneto. I don't know before in the 80s, but definitely in the 90s, like that's where it started. And it didn't help when that clone Joseph. Do you remember Joseph the long? It didn't help that he came around and him and Rogue were really hitting it off. So they're always kind of the idea.
The clones is like their panic button thing. That's just they don't know where to go with it. Just go with the clones.
This isn't working out. Clone.
Can't remember who orchestrated. I think it was Fabian.
I want to say it's Lebdale. What was it? You know what? Fabian was kind of an unsung hero around that era, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he picked up a lot of that stuff after the Image guys left.
Yeah, he did.
Let me pull out this Wolverine.
I want to say it was
holograms still rule, though. We don't need.
That's
don't
what we
give me
need.
Comic books that make sounds. Give me a comic. Give me holograms, please. Give me these again.
I'm not gonna hold you up. I fucked up my copy of that when I was a kid because I tried taking the card off the cover and I didn't realize.
I'm not even mad at that, dude. I'm not even mad. Oh, Larry. Yeah, this is Larry Hama. Damn it. I need the X-Men 25. I don't know where that's at. I'm not going to go hunt for that right now. Yeah, dude, but I don't know. I think besides, like you said, Age of Apocalypse, besides that, I don't think anything really moved, shake the 90s universe, the X universe, like, besides, like, #1 and, Claremont and Jim Lee and all that, obviously.
Yeah, all right. That is far and few. Next up, all right.
Yeah,
all right,
hold on. Let's see what I got. Ultimate Fallout.
Okay. All right.
Boom.
Bang. Boom.
I love this pick.
All right. This is I did not get this until about 2 years, actually, brother. You know what? This Miles was coming out at a time where I was, like I said, I didn't realize my comic collection was worth a damn until about the pandemic. That's when I started like, hey, I've got some things. But so I was always under the illusion, like, hey, I'll go back and get Miles. I just kept telling myself, I'll go get this first appearance of Miles. I missed it. I'll go back and I'll pay it off at eBay or something. But by the time I got around to that, this shit started blowing up. And so I was in a chat one night, fall of 2021, Spine Ticks. And they were he was celebrating their certain channel. They reached a certain number of subscribers, and they had a questionnaire. And one of the dudes who was on the panel, Phil's Treehouse, wonderful guy, he asked a question. He was like, yo, if you answer this question, I'll send you this mint copy of Ultimate Fallout 4. So I was like, you know what? I never win shit, bro. But I was like, let me try, And so he's like, okay, I'll ask you guys a question. And I thought it was going to be some crazy ass hard question. Like, to some extent, probably was. But he was like, what were the titles coming out alongside Ultimate Fallout or Ultimate Spider-Man or it was like, what were the titles that came out after Ultimate Fallout? Like, what were the new? And I was like, oh, I love the Ultimate Universe. I live and breathe it, you know. So I was like,
dude, that's right up your alley. I would have crashed and burned right there.
no, so you know what? I was so shocked, bro, because some people were like naming Ultimate Fantastic Four, and I was like, that was an Ultimate title, but not around the time this came out. But I was like, Ultimate X-Men, and Ultimate All New Spider-Man. And when they said I had one, like I think we got it, Missing Link. I was like, what? Like, bro, I was so ecstatic. That's like it was like 2 a.m. So I couldn't share the news with anybody until like the very next day. Like I didn't want to hit up the guys in the group chat and be like, while everyone's sleeping, like, yo guys, I just won Ultimate Fallout 4. Dude, but you know, and you know, he filled with the gentleman he is, the Gen Scholar. He was true to his word and sent it to me in the mail like the very next week, bro. Like, so I applaud him for that, because it's easy to say you'll do something, especially with something that, like, he knew he was sending out a banger, man. Like, he could have just sold this and made some money, but it was cool that he actually sent this to me, bro. I never thought I was going to be able to obtain a copy. So when I got that, this is, you know, never stop believing, you know, never stop hunting, because the shit will find you. You'll find it.
I love how it fell like on your love, passion, and knowledge of the Marvel Ultimate Universe got rewarded like that. That's awesome. That's divine providence, dude. That is, like you said, like that's God finding a way right there. Yeah, but I love his introduction, man. It's such a great.
He's got the Spider-Man costume on from like, you know, Dukes or whatever, and I always got like a Barack Obama thing when I seen this first panel, like a young Barack Obama type of look. I felt like they were going for. But yeah, I remember reading this and like it was like about time, Marvel. Like, you know, I hadn't even thought of this before. You know, like it fits so naturally. You know, and Bendis, man, he's had few. I know people don't like everything Bendis does, but to me, he's had few ball drops. You know, one of the only ones I really like to get on his case about, because I love Bendis, is what he did to John Kent, aging him up in this when he came on to Action Comics and Superman. That's the only thing I don't like that Bendis did. But everything else,
yeah, some of that DC stuff was rough, man. I didn't like his Justice League run. Did you like his Justice League run? I was like looking forward to that, and then that kind of fell flat for me. I don't know, but
I'm trying to think, did I buy that, bro?
That was when he had been at DC for a minute at that point. That was after like Man of Steel and all that.
Like Black Adam was on it, and a bunch of different people.
Let me ask you this: what's Bendis's best DC work? What do y'all think? What's Bendis's best DC work out there in TV land? I'm curious. I know because his DC run is not very highly celebrated or touted.
He did I think it was called it was like six issue miniseries with Nick Darrington. It was called Batman Universe. That I thought I think he should have went to Batman to begin with.
Good call. I think I'm gonna go with that vote. Dude, I love that, and I love reading that to my kids. The kids love that one, dude.
Yeah,
because it's got so many awesome elements. Like they love the part where they're like Green Lantern and with dinosaurs or something. I forget, but there's so many different elements like happening in that story that it's keeping them entertained. That's a great one.
Yeah. Man, but dude, this is a great issue,
Marvel,
bro.
Man. Yeah, he was white hot fire in Marvel, dude. He could not miss. Like
Midas touch, bro.
He was revolutionary. Honestly, it was stuff he did was game changing, and so many great things. Like especially from that period, and collabing with Hickman, and then Hickman kind of taking off and doing his own thing, and yeah, dude, that was like a true golden age, I think, at Marvel. Like when during this. The ultimate Spider-Man run with Bagley, like the length of it, the consistency of it. I mean, that's one of the greatest comic book runs of all time ever. Like I was
just gonna say, bro, it's hard for me to think of a run, honestly, that rivals the consistency of his Ultimate Spider-Man.
Like 120 some issues. I mean, and Bagley's just a machine. Like, and I love his style for the.
It fit. Yeah.
Really great. He needs that dynamic, electric, elasticy kind of style. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like that is
Yeah,
just yeah.
like yeah, because you need him to be you need him to have his body in weird contortion places. Like he's just he's spider-ish. He needs to be able to have these weird poses almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Pedro, what's up in the house? Taki Station, yo.
Talk.
Naomi is I haven't read that one. That's that.
That's the Jamal brand Michael Bendis. I enjoyed that.
Dude, Jamal Campbell's on art. I want to read it though.
Yeah. It was him. I think Brad Walker helped Bendis write it, but it was Bendis, Brad Walker, and Jamal Campbell for
that sounds like a good team,
for Naomi.
Oh yeah,
it was. I think they came out with the second series and it collected, but the first series I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check.
They
that
actually
out.
made a show. Show was not good.
I know. I heard it. Yeah, I know it's got like that's the thing. It's kind of like started strong and then sputtered. And I know he tried to because he tried to include her in he did include her in the Justice League thing, but that wasn't really the problem for me. It just like the story wasn't there. I don't know. It just didn't. You know what I mean? It just didn't work for me.
And you know what's messed up is because I remember a lot of people kind of like, why is Naomi on the Justice League? Oh, that's right, because Bendis is writing her. But I was like, well, Bendis has done this before.
I don't blame him for that.
Like when he was doing Luke Cage and stuff, and he brought him over to the New Avengers, we'd already kind of been seeing Luke on that trajectory in a way, like in a sense, with like Secret Wars and what he did with him in Alias with Jessica Jones. But with Naomi though, when she was on Young Justice at the time, I was like, okay, that works, that fits, because they're a young team. But when they just kind of shoehorned her in the Justice League, I kind of agree. Where it's like, okay, Bendis, I get it, that's a character you're writing.
Okay,
but it didn't make sense for
I mean, I feel like
just
not any character combo or any character can work, but approach the right way, it could have worked.
Yes,
like what I mean.
Yes.
But I don't know. I see what you're saying. I don't know. At that point, it was like, man, people were pretty down bad on his DC stuff. It's just unfortunate, like that. I don't know. His career went. I don't know what happened. Why he had the I guess it must have been different. What do you think it was? Why didn't he have the juice? Do you think it was just getting older, or like not having stories?
It could be he was getting a little older, bro. But it's almost like when he left Marvel, to me, he wasn't Bendis from years before, but he's still putting out entertaining stories. He still had his finger on the pulse, and he was he was a champion. If he didn't want Miles to be Miles Morales Spider-Man, he wants Miles to be Spider-Man. When you put Miles Morales' name in front of Spider-Man, you're making him a one-off Spider-Man. And Bendis wanted Miles to be the Spider-Man. And so when Marvel, they let him write his Spider-Man series with Miles in the book, but when they backtracked that and they wanted to make a Miles Morales Spider-Man book, Bendis did not dig that. He was not. I think he was I think he felt like they're kind of fucking him over. And it's like, in a sense, I feel Bendis at that point should have kind of had his way because he'd proven to be successful. The guy had carried you guys for damn near 20 years, But I think when he went to DC, he necessarily didn't want to go to DC, but it was like he was on the outs with Marvel. Okay. DC was offering to work, so why not try it over there? But I think he's always had more of a passion for Marvel characters. That
I think like that we both listened to that Marvel by the Month, that great podcast before, like with him as a guest, and he definitely has a deep knowledge of. Obviously he's been there for forever, but I don't know, a deep knowledge of that universe. This answered my question. Like I was just gonna say, I'd like to see more of them. So we do have Masterpiece coming out from Dark Horse by him and Malieve. So yeah,
I'll always read something.
I definitely want to see that. Yeah, dude, that Daredevil run. I mean, come on, that was like his big introduction to the Marvel brand, right? Like that was a crazy.
Yep. Still holds up, bro. I read that maybe about 3 years ago.
The Nuff Said issues that I was looking at, because he was writing, him and Malieve were on the book at the time, and it's like, man,
they did one of those silent issues.
Yeah, they did one. I posted it on Instagram. I posted the thing like it's great. He comes
I'll check
in.
that out.
The issue opens. He's at the law office. He comes in. He's got a note on his desk, and he picks it up. And I love the scene. He smells it, and it's from Elektra, and she tells him that he's got a bounty on his head and to look out. And like literally, he walks to the window and he gets a red dot on his head, and it's so great. He like looks up and he looks out of the window and he touches his head like he can feel it. And then like the next thing is like the next shot is there's nobody at the window, and like 2 seconds later he's Daredevil. He's on the rooftop. He's like kicking the guy in the face, breaks the rifle. They get into a fight. He knocks the guy out and like finds out like this guy's come to collect. He's one of the, I guess, one of the first guys to come to collect on the bounty. But it's just like so well. I was like, man, it looks gorgeous. It's so well done, and it's so cool to. Yeah, it was cool to. That was the cool part about the Nuff Said thing is like because it took me back through the Marvel Knights. Like I got to see the Garth Ennis Punisher issue was also really good with Steve Dillon. So yeah, but yeah, him and Louise, dude, are dynamite.
Oh yeah, anything they ever
Although
do.
That Moon Knight run was rough. That Moon Knight run was not good.
I appreciate what they were trying to. I got what they were doing at the time.
Yeah.
It's not aged the best, but yeah. Like, okay, for instance, I thought it was really good. I was like, oh, that's a really good Moon Knight run. Then I read Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight, and I was like, context, I like prefer Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight run.
Man, good God, he only did like that little run. That one issue Warren Ellis has where it's all like, it's like the raid, like he's running into some building and just like, it's like almost a silent issue, and he's just taking guys out. Like I love the way Warren Ellis does the action. We don't need to get into Warren Ellis because we'll be here for 3 hours. But yeah, like, I was just thinking about. I saw Planetary the other day at the shop, and I thought about you.
Hell yeah,
my boy. All right, so yeah, we'll go with. I think for me, I'll go with this guy. This guy, besides Fatal Attractions, man, you talk about the death of Jason Todd was pretty epic. This was a dude, 90s Batman. I love the 90s Batman. This was Starlin Aparo, but I love Brayfogle, Alan Grant, all those crazy ass Legend of the Bat stories, Shadow of the Bat stories. I have a bunch of those in single issues. I love to collect like 90s, earlier part of 90s Batman whenever I see it around. I think it was like some of it's OD and just like not that great, but some of it's cool and interesting, and they go all sorts of different ways with the character that really they're doing in ways like Batman has a ton of books out right now, but like he's not addicted to drugs or getting abducted by like the abduction. I don't know if you read that one. Well, I guess we got a Batman off-world book right now, but I don't know. I don't feel like they're getting as risque. When I was reading Batman the Cult, when him like getting tied up and kind of being drugged and stuff like that, I don't know. I'd like to see more of that.
Some weight, bro.
They do in some ways, because like some of the Black Label books go there. I can't say that they don't, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me and mine.
No. You know what it is, bro? It's like a certain
a lot of because it's just so many bat titles, but so many of them feel the same. Does that make sense? Like
no, yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't feel like that. It's telling the whole. I don't know, but anyway, go ahead.
See, at the time though, it's like this. They were trying to rein something in. I remember. If I remember correctly, like this was done as a ploy to get I don't think Batman's never suffered from readers, but I remember at the time they were kind of stagnant, if I heard correctly, and this was like a ploy to get more people involved and check out the Batman book because Robin was at risk to live or die. And that was new at the time.
Like making him different from he looked like the same as Dick Grayson. There wasn't that they made him a little bit different,
snarkier.
They didn't take those drastic changes in character until after they resurrected him and brought him back. Then they really made him punk rock, and all that.
Distinguished.
But yeah, hold on. I got it right here. So at the end of the, hold on, let's get to it first with the slides. So the issue opens up. They bust basically a child pornography ring, and he goes ham. He beats the guys down too hard or whatever, and Batman basically suspends him. In this time suspended, he's going to look for. He finds out that I think he is taking a long walk one day. He goes and finds. He ends up near like some abandoned building where he grew up at. Goes in, finds records, finds out that like one of these three women might be his mother, but they're all overseas. They're either in like the Middle East or Northern Africa, something like that. Anyway, he goes and picks them all out. He finds the the one he finds does him like dirty is not even a good word for it. It's a betrayal, unlike the fact that you carried this kid. Like, you know, we both have kids. You've seen a child come into this world. You know, like, and you've been there. You know what the process is like. The fact that you carried a child like this, you brought a child into this world, and you're gonna betray him to the Joker like this is mad crazy. She basically learns he's Robin's like, yo, come over here real quick. He literally walks 10 feet and Joker's right there with a pistol, like, gotcha, bitch. And she's heartless about it. And he turns around and he's like, what? She's got a gun. She's like, no, sorry. Like,
I lied. You're like, what the
fuck? She's like, sorry, kid. She says, something like that. Like, utterly heartless, man. This was. You picked the wrong one. Oh, but yeah. Joker's maniacal in this. The crowbar comes out, of course. The infamous crowbar. I love the scene, like the scene of him getting beat, and she's over here, and she's like, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette."
Was it good for you as it was for me?
Yeah. Anyway, she, of course, like gets double crossed by Joker, ties them both up with the bomb or whatever. He gets free. He's gonna save her. She's like, "Hold on, I gotta get the door." Oh, the door is locked, and boom, they both go. And like the last scene is Batman picking up Jason. So this is the first issue. Now at the end of the first issue, they got this: call the number and vote. Should we kill Jason Todd? And Starlin and Aparo both wrote two different stories: a story where Jason Todd lives and a story where Jason Todd dies. This cover, by the way,
wow.
Like blood. This cover fucked me up, bro. That cover was
blood splatter, bro.
Yeah, blood splatter. Anyway, but yeah, DC had it. Readers were given two separate numbers to call: one if they wanted Jason to live, one if they wanted him to die. There was a 36-hour window to vote, and DC was prepared for both outcomes. So Dennis O'Neil said, "I had two versions of Batman 428, and the jury were waiting their verdict. Batfans got the message, and 10,614 readers called in to vote on Jason's fate. His fate was sealed with 5,343 voting in favor of death. 5,271 voted for survival. A 72 vote margin, dude.
Wow, it was that
close. If more fans had called in, the history of the Batman universe would have been different. So
maybe we wouldn't have any Red Hood, though.
Yeah, man, it's wild. So I don't know. Yeah, but his resurrection and the way they brought him back, like, I don't know. It's between that and Winter Soldier. Like, as far as like characters brought back from the dead, like, I don't think it really gets any better. Like the way they brought him back, and both in the animated movie and in the books, I thought was. But yeah, man, that one was big one. Another huge one for me as a kid. I got my beat up ass copy right here.
This is like a beaut, bro.
Yeah, man. This is like, so I got the trade paperback as a kid, but yeah, this thing is beat up to hell. But yeah, that was one that definitely moved me as a child. Definitely was a big one for the decade as well. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dog, you feel safe if Robin's sidekick or Batman's sidekick get taken off the table, dog.
What's a Batman story that's like affected you in a major way? What's your favorite?
Batman story.
Y'all out there in the chat, what's a Batman story that's like up there for you? That's like the Batman story for you.
Well, it's one of my favorites. It's kind of a
Or
smaller
it
one.
doesn't have
It's
to
like
be the, but I'd like one movie as a kid or an adult.
I really liked it was like 3 issue short arc that Morrison did during I think it was like the Black Glove or the Black Hand. It was something along those lines, but it was him and J.H. Williams, and Batman goes to this island because this billion it was like picking up from some Silver Age story where Batman had this billionaire friend who would call these different international heroes together and they'd go solve crimes together. And so they get to the island, but like I guess the dude's dead, and all whoever's there, it's like what movie I think the movie that James Mangold directed. They were stuck at a motel. John Cusack was in it, but long story short, everyone's dying at this motel, and they got to figure out who it is. But this kind of what was going on in this Batman story was like all these heroes on this island were dying, but Batman and Robin had to figure out who was. It was just really cool, like modest detective story. A cat and mouse game. I thought was cool. I hadn't really seen it at the time. I think J.H. Williams is a damn gem of an artist. That's always stuck out to me. I'm trying to think of like an emotionally impactful Batman story. When Damian died a few years ago for a brief second, they had some cool issues with Bruce dealing with the grief that I thought were kind of cool. Like, it was a cool little moment in time, just because it was like Bruce finally because he kind of was like, damn, bro, I really wasn't there for the kid like that. I was always giving him a hard time. It was cool to see Bruce in a human element. That's why I like Tom King's run. I know a lot of people can't get behind it, but I like to see Batman show more of a human side. He's fallible. He can be wrong. He can be broken. It's cool, but I'm not a big fan of the whole Batman that's prepped for everything. Batman's human at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. He can be prepped, but the whole idea of Batman given enough prep time, he can beat anything. I don't like that idea. I like that he's quick to adapt for a human and he can think quickly on his toes. But I like a more human Batman, and those issues where Damian died kind of really showed a cool little side, more of an emotional side for me than it did with Jason. Even though Jason Todd shit lingered more, like his death really affected Batman, in terms of like how Batman operated. It was something about the whole Damian where it was like that was actually his son, and debatably he had been more of a father to a surrogate father than he was to his actual flesh and blood. So that was a cool little window of time where he was like emotionally distraught. I appreciated that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Taki said Batman Year One. I think this is Miller's best Batman story. I think better than Dark Knight Returns is great and revolutionary. Don't get me wrong. I think if this makes sense, Dark Knight Returns is more revolutionary than Batman Year One, but Batman Year One is just a fucking great Batman story, top to bottom.
It's solid,
real tight. Love the scene where he puts the 1% on notice, where he gets trapped in the building and calls the bats via sonic, whatever signal or whatever. Just so many like great little moments, and Mazzucchelli went crazy. Like, just such great.
And all the great Batman movies, if you notice, borrow from Batman Year One.
Absolutely. And that's so great. That's a brilliant way to look at it. Like a brilliant window to put it in. Like put the character in and tell a story in. Like I think it's
interesting moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Johns does it pretty well in Earth One too. Like that Earth One Batman in Jeff Johns' book. Like when he can't clear the rooftops at first. You know what I mean? And then gradually you see him be able to do that. Like that, I appreciate that type of stuff. I don't know. That's cool. Like seeing him human, seeing him.
Yes. Yep.
Get there, like Grant Morrison. I think sometimes has the ability, especially in Justice League. Like he's like, like when with the Hyper Clan or whatever. Like he's the one. Like I know your secrets, and he's always the one. Like they thought he died in the plane crash, but really this motherfucker's immortal. Like he's the one like spoiling the show. like to kind of like put them in
I
a
love you.
sometimes, and that's like fun.
Yeah.
That I don't have any problem with that personally, but yeah, it's definitely sometimes it's like overkill. It's like with the
You know what? If Batman's teaming up with like the Justice League or god tier characters, I don't mind if Batman's kind of all figured out. But when it's solo Batman stories, I like to see more human side where he's
great
flawed,
point.
fallible, can make mistakes.
Yeah, I love that dynamic. Absolutely. Sal said the first Batman story I read was when Azrael took over. Hell yeah, dude. That was early on in my Batman education as well. Fable, Nightfall,
Turquoise.
of course, dude. Nightfall. Joe Quesada designed a lot of those great Batman. I love that Batman suit that Azrael got.
The turquoise.
Yeah, dude, that shit was fire.
Yeah,
I got it. Yes. Here, but yeah, I love that. Chill in the house. What's up, Chill? Chill, thank you for supporting all the PCP channels. We appreciate you, bro.
Owlman. Hey, no, that's a good choice.
Owlman is great, dude. He's in that animated movie. I think it's James Woods. I think it's James Woods voices him or something like that. Like he's got this really calm, creepy voice, yeah. And he's the one that's like gonna take down, like he's gonna be the incursion man, basically. Like he's got
that's one of my
being the incursion man. It's I forget which Justice League movie it is. God damn it.
Oh, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Or no, it was like two Crisis on Infinite Earths or something like that.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. One of my favorite DC animated movies.
Dude, that one's so good. I love it. I love like how they trap the Justice League and like outsmart them, and then they have to like figure their way back out of it. Hockey said first 2 years of Snyder's Run was on facts, dude. Snyder's Run was so great.
Yes,
I loved it.
Yes,
I really love that. Until it got to Bloom. Bloom was rough, but everything before Bloom was okay with me. I like Zero Year. I like Super Heavy when Jim Gordon became.
Yes, the Bat Rabbit.
Like Bloom, I thought was lame, but everything before that I liked. Batman Special #1. Batman fights a character called the Wraith. One of my favorite stories. Art by Michael Golden. Dude, he's got some great art. I'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah.
Batman Special. The Wraith.
The Wraith. That's a good movie with Charlie Sheen. Solid 80s movie.
Yo, when he comes back as the car?
Yeah.
It's a classic, bro. Yeah, absolutely, man. We appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate you more, bro. You're a gem.
Man.
Always show.
Yeah. All right. So, Batman, are you up? You're up, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, guys. There was thank you.
I switched it up the last minute, bro. I got you.
I accidentally told Stu that this was number 20. I meant to say.
I was like looking. I was like, what is he? He must really like Kazar. Like issue 20. I was like, nothing's happening here. Kazar's like beating some robot up. I was like, what is going on?
You know what?
I was like, all right, he likes sex people.
That I was looking at some Kazar comics from like the 90s when I was like, oh shit, bro, what a coincidence. But it was like one of those flashbacks issues, and it was either I think it was Andy Kubert did the cover for like Kazar. It was like it came out like 97, 98. But no, I was looking at those. I was like, maybe I should just throw those on there. But no, I don't have the first appearance of Kazar, unfortunately. He's a cool character. But I do have the first appearance of Deathlock. And this is the one I was mentioning earlier that was given to me like before I cared about comics and their conditioning. Also gifted to me by the guy. Yeah. But just like it pops, bro. I love the red and the yellow. I just think those colors really.
Yeah, who does the art on that?
Work together. The first issue is Buckler, Rich Buckler.
Okay. Yeah.
The cover. A lot of people will say that this is also George Perez's first published work at Marvel, but it's a short story in the back. And a lot of people say that it's him on the cover, but it's not George Perez on the cover. It's only him. He does a short page story in the back. But I got this when I was 13, and the guy who gave me the first appearance of Wolverine gifted me this when I was 13. And this was just like a bunch of random comics he gave me. I didn't know this comic was a thing. Like I just kept it because it was like, oh, it's cool, it's Marvel. I love comics. I'll keep any comics, but I didn't realize that this was sad to say, I didn't know this was Marvel or Deathlock's first appearance until 2020, when I came into the comic community at large and I see everyone talking about keys and prices. I was like, oh, I have this one. I didn't even know this was George Perez's first issue until about 3 years
That's
ago either, bro.
sick.
I
Oh
hate to
yeah.
say that. I'm fallible,
No,
guys. I don't know everything. Shocker. But I know a lot. No, I'm kidding. But
dude,
yeah,
I get all
this,
the time when I scan things in on CLZ and like I see the little key icon and I'm like, oh, this is somebody's first appearance, or like, not
you're
to
like,
say that
what?
I have like crazy keys, because I don't, but I'm just like, it's all the time I'm surprised about something, and it's like some
Yeah.
historical footnote about a comic book
Yeah.
I have. Like, it's crazy.
And there's a lot, bro. Like, just like my other little cool thankful comics keys I'll get to, or part of that. They're not big, but there's something cool about them. Like, they don't even have to be significant first appearances or anything. But just I have really, like, George Perez was one of the artists from like old school that I always really loved, dog. Like, from his Avengers
He's
stuff
so
and
good, man.
the earlier years to the Kurt Busiek stuff he did. Kurt Busiek Avengers run really put me on to George Perez, bro. Like, those opening issues where
That's
where
such
they
a
team
great
up with the
run.
go against the Thunderbolt, bro. Some of the best Avengers I've ever read. But
It is. It's
yeah,
one of the
this is just
greatest
a gem,
Avengers
bro.
runs ever. Absolutely.
Yeah, Busiek.
Yeah, Busiek. If y'all haven't
Yes.
checked out Busiek and Perez on Avengers, definitely go. Like, somebody put me
Chef's
on not that
kiss.
long ago. I read that not that long ago, within the past 6 months, and I'm glad I did, because it
Nah,
was fantastic. Yeah, like some of the artwork he does just on one single page, like the amount of characters he'll get in, or um,
and so much
it's
detail,
crazy,
bro.
man.
It's like
Yeah,
that man was a
it really
machine.
is, and his line work is so clean. I was looking at my cards yesterday for a trading card Tuesday, trying to pick one out. I'm like, oh shit, I got 3 George Perez cards. Like, I was so happy to find out like I had a little bit of his artwork, like, because it's so. I'm gonna post one next week. It's like Beast transforming, but it's done by him. But it's like, he's just so great, dude.
I have that one. Is it the
The
shiny, the
metal,
foil?
the metal. Let's
Yes, yes.
go, let's go. I knew my boy would. Yeah,
Let me know, and I'll post it too, just to steal your
bro, you
thunder.
need to
No, I'm
get
just
back on the fucking. You need to stop bullshitting and get on Trading Card Tuesday with me. I got like nobody.
okay.
Like,
I've been
nobody's on Trading Card
procrastinating,
Tuesday.
but I will.
Yeah,
I'm
y'all.
glad you've been
If y'all got
keeping the
trading,
thunder
if
alive.
y'all got trading cards, like, help me get that hashtag Trading Card Tuesday working.
It's a lot
Because
of beautiful artwork, bro.
dude, and like, I love going, because it's like, I know at least once a week. Not that I need an excuse, and I do it more than that, really. But like, I know I can go back through my card. Like, I just love that, going through the old card binder, picking. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just, I just love. My boy put it
No,
so
yeah,
well. He's like, it's a
it's
great opportunity
nostalgic, bro.
to own, and it's a great opportunity. Especially as a kid. I wish they did it. I wish it was more available now, like it was back when I was a kid. But like, it's just a great opportunity to own a cool little piece of art. You know what I mean? Whatever it would be. And I like that they're doing the sketch cards now, and they're doing
Yeah,
like original art,
yeah.
like 101s. Like, that's a great idea. But I still think the card game now is too expensive for the casual person to kind of dip into. But yeah, dude, I don't know. The card game back then was
Hey, what
crazy.
was it? That Blink card you showed? Oh yeah, yeah. I think it was the Blink card you showed me that. Hello.
I can hear you. You're good.
Am I still here?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. You're
Okay.
glitching though. I think
Sorry,
you got
guys. I'm having technical issues.
That's all good.
Okay, I'm back. No, yeah, but it was I think it was a Blink card you showed me, bro. That I was just kind of like, the prices they were asking for the packs alone. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro! Like, why even make these if you're gonna make them some crazy ass, like $70, $80 for a pack of cards, bro? Come on now.
And that's something
Come
like the
on.
very cheap end, man. It's like hundreds of dollars if you want to get in that game. It's not worth it. But hell yeah, Deathlock is great, dude. That's a character like I always want to see more of. Like, he doesn't. Has he had his own series here lately? I know he had that one in the 90s.
I think he had one a few years ago, but he's a character that never really is. Where everyone's buying a series. If he didn't have a series a few years ago, I think he was definitely in a series, like on a team. I think he was a part of a Shield book a few years ago. But no, yeah, Deathlok's always a cool character. They could do more with him. They just need to write like a Donny Cates Deathlok book. Probably be fire.
I don't know. Yeah, there's. I don't know what it is, but there's a Avengers Forever.
Oh, with the Jason Aaron.
Yeah, Jason Aaron. He's got a great Batman story out this week, apparently. All right, your boy's up. All right, the Batman Off-World #1. Damn, Doug Monkey on art, who's done so much great stuff, like classic stuff, but he did Green Hell recently with Jeff Lemire. I don't know if you got the art on that. His art is great, but the art on that looks really cool.
Yeah, Mankey. I love Mankey, bro. He's a personal favorite of mine. Like, I don't know if he's ever done any Marvel stuff, like published Marvel stuff, but he's one person I would love to see come over and see what he could do with Marvel.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Has he done anything with them, or has it been all DC? Because I know he did. I
think it's been all DC.
That's crazy. Yeah, I completely agree. Taki said McDuffie wrote a classic. All right, yeah.
Really? McDuffie's an underrated, bro. He's an underrated writer, dog. I mean, he still gets his flowers, but there. You know what? I really enjoyed. It's not the best, but he did Justice League in like 2007. I think he did Justice League for a brief stint, but his Justice League, I felt like I was reading the cartoon. You know, he had a big hand in the Justice League cartoon and whatnot, that whole DC animated universe. But his version of Justice League, even though he wasn't on it for very long, it felt like I was reading the way I felt when I watched the Justice League cartoon. I felt while reading his Justice League.
Oh hell yeah! Well, that's a great description, dude. That makes me want to read it. Hell yeah! All right, I'll have to check that out.
And his Fantastic Four run. Did you right before Mark Millar? He had it for about a year when Storm and Black Panther came on to replace Reed and Sue. McDuffie was writing it.
Oh man, I gotta go check that out. All right. Well, I want to check out Justice League. Sounds intriguing. I want to check. Who is his artist on Justice League? Do you remember?
It's switched.
Like a lot. Okay. It's all good.
I know he had Ed Beans, I think, helped him for a good portion of it. I think Mike McCone might have came on for an issue. Ethan Van Sciver, he's a piece of shit, but Manny said it best, that even a piece of shit can convey beautiful artwork.
Yeah, he had man. There's no denying
it. Yeah. There was a Flash issue he did that it was really cool with they were fighting like this chick, the Beehive or some shit like that. But that was a McDuffie. That was right before McDuffie left. But no, yeah, bro. Did you ever see the All-Star Superman movie?
I haven't watched that. Why did they make that?
I think McDuffie directed that, if I'm not mistaken, or he wrote the screenplay for that.
Actually, I read Grant Morrison's book Super Gods, and he said he liked the movie.
Yep. McDuffie's a gem, bro. Yeah,
especially with the end. So if he likes it, I'll watch it. But that's such a strange one to make into a. You know what I mean? That's a risky one.
All-Star.
Because it's hard to replicate. Yeah, for one, you got to tackle. Like, you're obviously not going to replicate a Quietly style in animation,
right?
Or if you are, it's going to take you, I don't even know
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like that's one of the areas. I don't even want to. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say that's one of the areas where AI might be interesting to see what it could do.
No, you bring up a good point, bro. Like I could see,
Frank, give us however many frames of this, and this, and we'll and you will get a great
We'll
you will get compensated, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is that
whoever did the team behind the Spider-Verse stuff and the Ninja Turtle and the Machines versus Mitchell's versus Machines, I think they could realize Frank Quitely's art. They could bring his Quitely's art style to life with their computer CGI stuff. I think they'd be like the perfect, because they essentially brought a comic book to life with Spider-Verse and shit. So I
dude,
think they would be a good studio to Quitely's art style. We'll never see it, but sadly.
Yeah. He said, yeah, Remender had cool stuff with Deathlock too. Absolutely, dude. I forgot about
Uncanny.
that.
Yeah.
He saw Ribic on art too for that.
Yeah.
That art.
That's a great art, bro. I think actually like that art better than the opening.
Everybody's like Kid Apocalypse was like the big. That's the big opener, but yeah, man, that Deathlock Nation is like super fire.
They're using superheroes as Deathlock soldiers, bro. Oh my god. See, Deathlock has got so much potential that is unrealized. It takes cool writers and only the cool writers use them. Like, I remember Jason Aaron did some Deathlock stuff in his Wolverine Weapon X series that I feel like Remender kind of picked up on for his Uncanny X-Force. But those are just those are just two cool writers that most writers don't know what to do with Deathlock, or like the concept of him. It can be broadened, I don't know. Deathlock, he's a cool character. I wish we got more.
RoboCop, go like RoboCop, man. Like you can. There's a story there. Give me a break. Just give me the old, Robo Soldier who's found his humanity and is rebelling against his corporate overlords or whoever his overlords may be. You know what like he's a gun for hire, and give me that, and you can build character around that however you want to. You can put him in whatever kind of situation. Like he meets a young girl and goes and visits her family or something. You know what I mean? Like there's
yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Have you ever seen Upgrade? No, you're right.
I have not.
One of the interesting things for me for Deathlock is like it was like his body was a serial killer, but it was like the AI in Deathlock that was trying to be a superhero, but it was like the serial killer's personality that would make him become a little bit more violent and gave him like that edge. But I always thought that was like a cool little contrast, like where the AI is trying to has more humanity than the actual person of the body it's inhabiting. I know they might have veered away from that, but I think that was always one of the plot points that always kind of intrigued me. Like, you could dig something out of that, bro. Like, what's it mean to be human, essentially? Or, if you're conscious, there's some cool questions there. We need more Deathlock. Damn it.
Give us more Deathlock. All right. I'm up. I'm going to go Alex Ross. Why not? Specifically, really, we can go Marvels, but I thought I would concentrate on. This is from Marvels number 2. Let me get to the bacon here. Marvels number 3, man. Which is largely the Fantastic Four defending Earth from Galactus. The Galactus scenes in here. This book really blew my young ass mind when it came out in '94, and it's a book that when I really got back into comics, like right before end of 2019, the beginning of 2020, that like when COVID was about to hit, and it was perfect timing. This was like the book that kind of bridged the gap for me and really brought me back in a big way. I remembered reading 1 or 2 issues of this, but I remembered like the Galactics images, and I ordered the trade paperback and just getting that and going through it, man, I kicked it off, and like there was really no looking back after that. But to me, like damn near, not every page in this book, but damn near every page in this book could be in a museum somewhere. I mean, it's unreal, dude. The size and scale of it, like you feel that like there's this giant unstoppable, unnameable force like attacking, and like people don't know what to do with it. Dude, like,
Gorgeous shit, bro.
I mean, get out of here,
God.
man. Like he's putting his machine together. I just like the way, he kind of played on this when he did his Timeless cover last year with like the lightning kind of like reflecting in the eyes, and then like this shot on the right with like him like kneeling over the street is just like so crazy. That's just so well done,
bro. As a kid, bro,
and his battle with Surfer,
dog.
Like, right?
Like this, as a kid, this still blows me away.
Look at the reflection on the underside of his board on the left side, like with them like looking, like, dude, it's just crazy. You just sit and you stare at
this, bro.
You shake your head. These are the moments like when you read comic books you're just so thankful for. You turn over a page like this and you're like, man, what am I looking at?
Dog,
Debo,
the fact that he can
Debo and D, come get knocked out like your daddy used to. I mean, come on. What more do you want?
Fire, bro.
It's so crazy. I mean, this is all one issue of a comic book, man. Like, it's just fucking insanity. I just remember, and there was like little spots before, like Namor, and Torch's battle and stuff like that. But this is just undoubtedly the one. So, like, I just want to throw it up for Alex Ross always. I know y'all could probably get sick of me talking about Alex Ross, but this is like Marvel's is the one for me. I know Kingdom Come in a lot of ways is a better story, and I see and acknowledge that, but like Marvel's was the one that really, as a kid and adult, bridged the gap, brought me back into the hobby, brought me back into collecting, buying comic books again, reminded me of like everything it can be.
Yes,
I think it's like really like a pinnacle of the art form. Like the story you told still in here with Phil Sheldon, the reporter, is brilliant. How he interweaves it with like Gwen Stacy towards the end of it is great. Like his eye, like the moments. Hold on, I put it in here. He throws the brick at the fucking X-Men.
Oh yeah,
right? Like the red or whatever, and like Homeboy goes to, he's like, "Are you kidding me?" And Cyclops is like, "He's not worth it," Like, and I love like he's got this because he lost his eye during. What was it? The attack? I forget what it was earlier in this comic. It was like one of the attacks. He was photographing or whatever, and
was it Green Goblin?
I think it was like I think it was like the Namor Torch attack.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Just look at the lighting on the X-Men. It's so sick. Like the red,
bro. The level of detail, like this is crazy because for me at the time, I've never seen anyone try to interpret characters in a realistic sense or fashion the way that Alex Ross did with the Marvels. Like
that's what Grant Morrison said. Like you can take him and like it's like somebody's catching him on camera. Like with where it is with Galactus, it's like that's like a shot from the helicopter or something.
Yep.
Like it's crazy.
Like where do you everything just seems so believable, like and like well thought out in terms of like just texture, lighting, bro. Like, man, you're not wrong for giving Alex Ross his flowers, bro, because he deserves them. Like you get with Ross, bro, you can tell he's got a love and admiration for these characters, like that. I don't know, it's just weird that they're made up, they imagine, and for him to put this level of detail, but to still capture that wonderment that these characters evoke and shit. Like, he's a gem, bro. He's deserving of all the flowers he gets.
He really is, and he's a workhorse. And like, I love that he still gives us covers on multiple titles, a month. Like, so shout out to him, like, because it's just wonderful having that type of quality around. Like Immortal Thor and Doctor Strange right now, or whatever it may be. Those Immortal Hulk covers are going to live forever. Like that, when you like when some of these like the stories in that are equivalent to the covers you're putting out, that's just timeless art and timeless art.
Hell,
So, like, anytime you see a book with a Ross cover, you have high hopes for it because it's like, okay, so this is a book that Marvel, thinks might be and that
prestige.
Yeah, deserving, because I would assume that they're not going to spend that type of money knowing, this book is not going to move units. So, dude, his
might move units just because.
So I want to go get that overweight Spider-Man because that is me. Like if I'm any superhero in the Marvel universe, it's Earth X Spider-Man, the Spidey who's just given up. You know what I mean?
With the little and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, so good. Absolutely. But yeah, Marvels is that book for me. So, all right, bro. I don't think I have any more slides for you. So, oh my bad. No, I know you had like a bunch of other books or some more titles you wanted to share. So, have at it. I still got one other thing. But yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh. All right.
You don't have to be quick. You don't have to be quick. Take your time. You're good.
This is the first Marvel work by Matt Fraction, a short story by Wolverine. But this is a special for me, bro. I'm thankful to have this one is because I got this. This came out like June of 2005. I got it maybe like the winter of that year. I know I was a senior in high school, but it was maybe like December 2005 I picked this one up. And I didn't even know Matt. I didn't know who Matt Fraction was until Immortal Iron Fist. And this is like 2 years later in like 2007. And so I would go to follow him. It wasn't until like 2008, 2009 that I realized I had this. Like I was going through my X-Men issues and I happened to be I was like, oh shit, Matt Fraction, because it's got his name on the cover here, Matt Fraction and Sam Keith. And so, I read it and it's been in my collection, but I didn't know. Yeah. Yes, Sam sir. Let me try to find it. It's just a little short.
But still, Sam Keith is like.
Got some. Well, let me find a better little panel. But yeah, I didn't realize until the pandemic that this was Matt Fraction's first published work with Marvel, but it's always been in my collection, and it's just cool that I found a love for Matt Fraction, and then it turned out I already had his first published work, so it was like meant to be, like
right.
So that one I love. Just this one. Thank you, brother. I've shown this one off before too, but I would always see this one. It's Fear Agent #1, Rick Remender and Tony Moore. I would always see this in Wizard magazine. And bro, my first comic shop, looking back on it, they were like, I got this in the dollar bin, dog. There's so many keys I got in my old school comic shop in the dollar bin that turned out to be keys. I felt like whoever ran the shop was just putting keys in the dollar bin. They're no longer around. Unfortunately, it's probably because they were putting keys for cheap. But I mean, this wasn't a key back then. But I saw this in the dollar bin, grabbed it. I probably got this summer of 2009, shortly after I discovered Remender, because it was his Dark Green Punisher series. He started writing the last couple issues of Punisher Warzone with Matt Fraction. It was like the last arc, but his Punisher run didn't come out until a few months after Secret Invasion had wrapped up and Dark Reign was kicking off. So, I became a quick fan of Rick Remender, had always seen this issue, and I just thought it looked cool, like the art. So I always wanted this when I saw it in Wizard magazine. So when I saw it in the dollar bin, I was like, hell yeah, Rick Remender #1. It's been with me for a while now. I awesome, just dude. Love those guys, Matt Fraction.
Dude, this nothing beats Remender in the dollar bin, like, ever. Like, that rules.
Bro, you're winning in every way.
That's what I love about the dollar bin. There's some names, like cover artists / writers that you see in the dollar bin are just automatic pickups, and like whatever it's going to be worth $1. You can at least bet on that. I don't know.
And this one,
shout out to Taki with the great dollar Death by Dollar Bin videos, by the way.
Crucial. If you need some
Yes.
good knowledge on how to shop, bro, check out that man.
Yeah.
He knows what
Like
he's
the
talking
new
about.
52 series that you missed, Katana series you missed out on.
They had
Like
a new 52 series?
the Katana series, yeah.
Katana?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like,
Oh, shit.
that's what I'm saying. He posted. He picked that up in one of the ones that he posted not too long ago. It looks super sick.
Always appreciate Tac side, bro. Tac, Tac, who's the creative team on that? If you're still here, who's the
Katana.
creative team on the Katana series?
Yeah, that new 52 joint you posted. Them Timberwolf covers was killer too, bro. Sorry.
Timberwolf Legion.
Yeah, the Timberwolf cover,
LOL.
it was killer. Yeah.
Another dollar bin fine, but I just thought it was cool, bro. But I later found out years later that this is the first published work of Michael Turner, who fantastic artist, no longer with us. He died from I think it was pancreatic cancer. It was it might have not been pancreatic cancer, but he passed in 2008. He was a young dude, bro, but left his mark for the time he was in the game. Like, he's still an iconic. He's a kind of cover artist, bro, or he's the kind of artist that I'll buy just because it's Michael Turner. You know, I might not even have any interest in the book itself, but I love Michael Turner's covers, bro. Oh, and what?
Like, that's what that, yo, I was like, there's an Anna Cinti new 52 Katana series out here?
What?
Like, yeah.
Bro.
Great Daredevil writer, like, a legend at Marvel Comics, really.
She's talking about unsung, bro. And no Cinti, bro. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hell yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna check that out.
That's what I was like. Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, exactly, dude. I was like, damn, like, Anna Cinti did a new 52 Katana series. Like, I don't know. The new 52.
Who's the artist?
New 50. I don't know. Yeah, Taki.
Oh, Taki, if you know that, hook me up.
But new 52, I feel like has so many Alex Sanchez on art.
Okay.
I don't have any idea who that is. But yeah, New 52, I feel like has so many titles like that like slip through the cracks, just because it got written off. And
they had
so many
much
ways.
shit.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I think debuted. I think they had 52 number ones for the first wave of the New 52. Like, they had 52 new number one issues. Like,
Jesus.
Of course, some shit was gonna get lost in the mix.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was. Yeah, that's like X of Swords type shit. Like, get out of my face with that shit. That's crazy. All right, man. My last one of the night.
I got one more.
Oh yeah. My bad. Go ahead. No, absolutely.
This one.
Yes.
First Miles' own comic series. It is a newsstand.
I love that.
It's a new
much. Go ahead.
It's not an issue, but I got this in pandemic, bro. It was right around the pandemic started. Like, I was going on eBay and I was just trying to fill in Ultimate Spider-Man comic runs. Honestly, like, it was like the last. I was looking for like issue 150 through like 160, so it was like the end of Bendis' first stuff with Peter, right before Miles came on. But I seen a deal; they were selling like 150 through the 165 or whenever. It was like 15 something issues for like $30, and they happened to have this in there. And at the time, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll grab it. It's $30." You know, I didn't even peep it was a newsstand until I got it. And so when I got it, you know, I got all those. Essentially, I got it for $30, which is a great buy. But that was one I didn't think I was going to be able to obtain, to be honest, because this was around the time Miles was blowing up. So when I got it and I saw it was a newsstand, I hit up. Oh yeah, Carrie Andrews, bro.
God, it's so gorgeous. I love that one. Yeah. Like I hate the fucking Ultimate Fallout 4 cover. Don't get me wrong. Like, that cover is just so bad. Like, for the reveal, there's so many different ways. Like, you could have done that. I feel like. No, you're good. There's so many different ways you could have done that. I feel like that whole reveal was not good.
Sorry.
No, you're good. But that cover, like that Carrie Andrews cover, is like, that's the Miles cover I want.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I messed up everything, guys. Hold on. All right. Oh shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is the sound all right?
Yeah, you're sounding fine.
Okay. All right.
I can hear myself. I can hear myself on the delay though.
I'll mute it. And accidentally, I dropped my shit and I just fucked up my cord, y'all. I have to buy a new one.
Oh no,
But
that's the word. It's okay. It's all right, dude. It's all right. Was that your last comic? That was your last comic? All right. Bet. I want to shout out to the homie. Hold on, where did he go? Homie Shelp in the house. Shelp, thanks for coming, dude. Thank you for all you do for our community. Love the avatars. You are the man. All right. My last one. So this is the comic. This is the comic Hawkeye by Fraction and Aha is the comic I recommend to people who like. So "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe" is the song that I would recommend to people who I wanted to put on to Kendrick Lamar. Hawkeye is the comic I recommend to people that I want to put on to comics. This comic I think is totally accessible. It's fun. It's a great time. And I would share the entirety of like this amazing path of inspiration, journey inspiration, or influence that I'm about to share. I would share it in its entirety, but it ends up with the Disney Plus Hawkeye show, and I don't want to share that and get another copyright strike after we try to talk about the boys. So anyway, this all came to my attention when I should have concluded the date on this. I want to say it was 2021. David Aha tweeted that this page by the great Elliot R. Brown inspired Matt and I for doing Hawkeye #3. Issue is dedicated to Elliot. I sent an issue. He loved it. We were chatting around for days. Great and talented guy. So Hawkeye #3. I don't know if any is basically I call it the cherry issue. It's this incredible action-packed issue where they're doing this car chase from the Russian mafia. It did get adapted and put onto uh, the Disney Plus show where you have the great ending where he shoots the Pym arrow and she also shoots it and turns it into a giant arrow with the Pym particles, and it like stops the van or whatever in its tracks. They don't have the Pym arrow in the comic books, but all the same, they took the inspiration from this. But I just thought it was super dope. They have all these, he has all these different type of arrows here: the flame arrow, tear gas arrow, acid arrow, putty arrow, a bolo arrow, like a lot of the same arrows that Fraction and Aha used in this sequence. Net arrow, and like they're packing them in, and it's the same thing in the car, like as it is on the TV show and the comic books. They don't have any idea at points in times what arrow they're grabbing and shooting at these folks. So like that they shoot the bolo arrow that wraps up the gun. They shoot the acid arrow that is fortunate enough to land in the engine and take it out. Also, they have this like immortal panel where the Russian mafia bursts in on Black Widow and Hawkeye waking up like a morning together. I love the Hawkeye, the old school Hawkeye mask and face over his private parts as he's ducking from gunfire. That's just like one of the greatest. If that's not one of the greatest comic book panels and pages out there, I don't know what it is, man. The suspension action and ridiculous Silver Age nudity. It's just like I don't know. I love everything about that. It's just so creative. Yeah. Anyway, we continue with the car chase and the arrow escape here. We got the putty arrow, of course, leaves the homeboy down and out. We got No, you're good. We got they got the Sonic arrow, the explosive tip arrow, which sits the car like careening off. My favorite here is at the end. It's Kate and this guy gun to bow and arrow. She shoots it off. He's like, "You idiot, you missed!" And she of course just has the boomerang arrow that comes back and knocks him out. They had the bridge showdown exactly like they did in the Hawkeye show, but this is just I thought, a super cool evolution of an idea in comic books and how it started. This was like some random Hawkeye annual back in the 70s that they found when they were doing, I guess, research for the character, and they took it and basically made it this incredible car chase issue, which is one of the highlights of the run to me.
You know what's crazy about this series is as you guys know, some of you know, I got to interview Matt Fraction about last year. Last year, it's going on 2 years now. But
do that shoulder thing. I got to.
Mr. Matt Fraction, you might have heard of him. But no, one of the things I learned that he said that Marvel he was kind of like, when he got this Hawkeye series, he's kind of like on his way out from Marvel, he was saying. And he said Marvel kind of gave him this series just thinking that, we'll give him something to do. We don't think this is going to go anywhere, so we'll just kind of let him do whatever. It's a series about Hawkeye. Hawkeye's never, I don't think any Hawkeye solo series, if there's been one, has ever been a hot selling book, so they didn't expect much. So, Matt, it's just crazy how you said they were inspired by that little panel from an old school comic. And with that, they took that small idea against Marvel thinking, just kind of they didn't think it was going to pop off to begin with. And he made that one of their biggest books, at the time. Like in Hawkeye, like you said, Hawkeye is one of those books that it's easy to recommend. I would say it's easy to recommend to anybody, but people who are kind of turned off from superhero comics, I think Hawkeye is a perfect recommendation to show them, like, hey, superhero comics still got some flair, bro.
Yeah, but they can tell a different type of story. And Aha's art, like the way he came at it, like a graphic designer, was like so integral. I don't know if you've seen the scripts, like some of them scripts that Fraction gave him look like he wrote it on the back of like a fast food napkin. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
No shit.
Yeah. They're very sparse. They're very sparse. He gave Aha a lot of room to breathe on that. So like he really, that's one of those ones where it's like sneaky. I think like how much credit he really deserves. Like not that Fraction isn't brilliant, but at the same time, like you look at some of those pages, what Fraction wrote versus what Aha put pen to paper. It's crazy. Like So.
No, I get what you mean. Like had Matt given the same script to a different kind of artist, you could have gotten a completely different product that didn't resonate or hit the way it does with Aha. Like I definitely agree with you. Aha brought a lot of flavor to it. It was cool that I think he got like an executive producer credit for the Hawkeye show, which I don't think any other Marvel artist has really done. But I know he's a big he did like the designs stills for them for the opening credits and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely a big contributor to what made Hawkeye. Matt Fraction he's a brilliant guy in the sense that he's just like, yo, I got a decent story. I'm going to give it to a great artist and just let him do what he does. And we got greatness from it,
And not only that, we got like across two characters, like Kate Bishop as well, is fire.
Yep.
The stories like that with Madame Mask that they told out in LA with her, like all those were great. And also Kelly Thompson. So like, I don't know.
Yes, sir. My man. But no, I liked how it worked as it was a Clint Barton book, but it was just as much a Kate Bishop book too. Yes. Yes. Evergreen.
It really was, right? Kate was honestly the more sensible adult.
Yeah, she was.
She was the one really keeping it together. I know Matt, like he helped out the building and this and that, but like Matt was, not Matt, Clint got it's crazy because I kind of confuse them. Like at the same time, I feel like they're kind of like the same person. But Clint was all over the place, man.
I definitely feel like Matt was putting himself into Clint when he was writing that book.
Oh,
bro.
absolutely, man. Absolutely, yeah. Marvel Suhu Tech Issue is where those Hawkeye. Okay, word. I was just wondering the date. Also, if you know that, Bobby, let me know.
Bobby, did you say you were gonna send Stu and I a copy of that for Christmas? I thought I read that.
Jimmy Olsen. Yes, he did, Chio.
Yes, the Matt
with Steve Lieber. Yeah, that shit was fire. Yeah, that was also very good. Good call. Yeah, Chio.
Chio, man. I see. Okay.
He's 100%. He's 100% around here as well. Absolutely, we love Matt Braxton around here. Station E, love you, bro. Have a good Thanksgiving, man. Thank you for always coming through. All right, yeah, I think that'll do it for both of our picks, dude. Anything else you want to say? Thankful? I know we're thankful for so many things when it comes to the comic book world, but yeah, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Thankful for without being too direct, just thankful for the current people in my life, bro. I've got a nice solid foundation of supportive people. Now, whether it be family members, friends are my family, but I've had a lot of time to think. I was like, yo, bro, I finally had a point in life where it's like I got a solid group of people that have my back. I feel like, I can just be myself with. So I'm thankful to have encountered that over these last few years. I'm just trying to be a little thoughtful, bro. I tend to skip out.
Bro. Do it. Do
that. Just things are on. I'm just trying to be more positive, optimistic. Things are on the up and up. It's been not a challenging, transitional last couple of years, but I'm finally starting to get back into things. So I'm thankful for that. And it's just, I'm just thankful, bro, for all the good in my life right now.
Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah. Well said. I appreciate you. Well, yeah, dude, I've been, I don't know. It's been like when I look back, we're kind of at the end of the year, man. It's, back in January, I was, on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get involved in this comic book community. I'm going to try to start posting about comic books. And like to find myself here at the end of the year is truly incredible with the community of guys in the PCB Army and the way you've all been so warm and welcoming. So it's been an incredible ride. I appreciate you coming through every week for me, dude. We haven't since we started this thing, bro. We haven't missed a week. Like that's awesome. And like, I know that's not going to always be the case, but at the same time, like, I appreciate you always showing up for me, no matter what you got going on. I know it's not easy. But yeah,
I'm not lying when I say I look forward to this, brother. So it's always my pleasure to come on here, bro. It's no big thing.
Man. It's awesome. Like sometimes I get stressed out about the slides and stuff like that, but like just like always the feeling I have after the conversation and like just being able to share in that vibe and the energy with everybody in the chat. It's always good vibes going into Thursday. Thursday always feels like it's always like a good start to Thursday. So like it's always good energy. But yeah, to everybody in my immediate PCP Army family, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for welcoming me in. I'm so grateful and thankful for y'all this Thanksgiving especially. It's gotten to the point like I only have like 2 or 3 real life friends, but I definitely am hanging out with you guys. I'm not thankful for the Kickboxer movie. No, Chill, I'm not. But yeah, we could go on and on. But yeah, I know the holidays also aren't always a bright and beautiful occasion for everybody. I know a lot of people struggle with loneliness and isolation during them. So I just want to say to don't overthink or underestimate when anybody's going through out there. If you got a friend or a loved one you think might need reaching out to, and you got an extra, seat at your table or an extra plate for them, go ahead and reach out to them, man. You never know who could use it these holidays. I think that's whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, that's one thing we can all do. I think we all got somebody in our life like that. So you never know, man. Honestly, you never know what that phone call could difference a phone call could make. So don't be afraid to make it.
Yes.
Um,
Well,
but yeah, dude, this was a great show, dude. It's so I loved it because I didn't have to prep that much for it, and conversationally, I love to see you back with your comic books out here stunting with like all these beautiful keys. Um, so yeah, I think that'll do it for the Supreme Clientele crew. Happy Thanksgiving to you all in 2023. 2024 is going to be more of the same. We love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through and joining us in the chat. And peace. Hope y'all have a great holiday. Station.